guys to follow and the team of guys which will be his opponents, that are going to work with him.
Yeah.
And show him what he needs to do.
So it's definitely a great plan to bring Rob Terry in with a group of people instead of just doing his own match.
Right.
Good point.
And we all, like you touched on earlier, we all were wondering who the fourth guy was going to be, right? And then when he comes out, then when of course by now everybody knows it was Samoa Joe. Everybody knows it was Samoa Joe.
But let me ask you this: when he came out, the rest of the match was what? 20 seconds, 30 seconds. He really cleaned house. Did the finisher and everything, which I was kind of.
Did you know he was? Did you when you first saw him though? When you first saw him, I just want to ask you. When you first saw him, did you know who he was coming out there for?
No, I honestly thought that maybe they thought he was going to be on Team Hogan's team. Turn on him, beat him, and then builds up this new because Flair. If you look back to Flair's history, this man has done some craziest stuff. He will bring people out, make you think he's your friend. Exactly like he did with Lex Luger and Sting back in the early 90s.
Early 90s.
But I thought actually he was going to turn on him. So now it's going to bring up. Now you got 4 faces. You got 4 heels. Again, Team Hogan and Flair. Next week, are we going to see?
Isn't it next week the ring versus ring match? Ring versus ring match because of a bit. I don't know where he got his Hall of Fame ring from, but I guess he has one. I don't know what's up with that.
Okay, I'm puzzled.
I don't know what's up with that. When I saw that as Hall of Fame ring versus Hall of Fame ring,
maybe some type of a ring or something. I don't know.
I don't know either. Like I said, I was baffled by that. But anyway, like you say, Samoa Joe came in, cleaned house, So he's back as a fan favorite right now. I guess he was out injured or whatever.
Honestly, I don't think he'll be a fan favorite face forever. Not for long, at least, because
I actually think he will.
You think so?
I think so because when he left, he was a heel.
Okay.
He was a heel when he left because he was doing the whole thing.
Right.
The whole I'm crazy type thing. I didn't like that look for him.
Yeah, I didn't like the whole face paint look.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
It really fell off. It was kind of looking like, man, is everybody in TNA getting face paint?
And it took him away from what he built.
Yeah.
'Cause he's one of the guys that him and AJ Styles, those guys, him, AJ Styles, and actually Christopher Daniels, are the guys that actually built TNA for me. To watch like as faithful as I started watching.
Yeah.
Okay, so Team Hogan wins that one.
Right.
Then we go into
number 4.
Match 4, which is the last match of the night. Only 4 matches, like we touched on earlier. We're gonna keep on touching on it until they start changing that type of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah,
because,
they need to.
Yeah.
We want more wrestling.
Right.
It is TNA wrestling. It is WWE wrestling. It is not TNA skits and a little bit of wrestling. It ain't WWE, a whole bunch of skits and a little bit of wrestling.
They might be trying to get a channel like the WWE is.
Yeah, because in here in a couple of months, WWE's network's going to be hitting the air. And
so that's what they might be trying to get a show on WWE Network. Who knows?
That would be funny.
Who knows?
Okay, so the last and final match of the evening was RVD versus AJ Styles. And let me hit up right fast before we get into this match in a little bit more detail than we have in these other matches. I actually thought, again, the match was going to end with a run-in, some kind of interference, or disqualification, something. Because I knew.
That's what we're used to.
I knew that a pay-per-view match, caliber match, will not have a clean finish. I just had this feeling, dude. I just had this feeling.
On free TV.
But what happened?
They changed the game.
They changed the game on us.
Now let me ask you, do you think so far this year that's the best match that's been on free TV?
Well, I have to say it's probably a tie with the match from RVD Jeff Hardy earlier in the night.
Out of both companies.
Out of both companies.
How do you rank the SmackDown match that we saw this past Friday? The last match, triple threat.
You know what?
Because I think that's what made TNA have these matches because that right there was like one of the best matches of this year before these 2 matches happened.
Yeah, you know what? We didn't really hit on that. I thought it was actually a great match.
That really was.
It blew me away. It really did.
Right, but that was a little off the subject. But I want to talk about great quality matches that they are giving us for free. Those are the type of matches that you want to see at a pay-per-view. And that when you see them on TV, you're really excited to see them for free like that.
But did you notice? Now, Eric Bischoff is a genius because if you notice back in the Monday Night Wars, WCW put Sting versus Hulk Hogan after the day after a pay-per-view, and Sting won the title.
Right.
Why? No interference, nothing. Same thing with Bill Goldberg.
Yep.
He won the world title a day after a pay-per-view against Hulk Hogan. Oh, wait. Hulk Hogan. Wow.
And who's winning TNA right now?
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
Eric Bischoff.
There it is.
But I'm glad y'all are doing this. I really am. I have been waiting for months to see a pay-per-view caliber match on any of the shows, because it's going to make me come in next week and watch it again.
Right, exactly.
So let's talk about this RVD AJ Styles match.
Right.
I thought it was a great match. I probably had to give it maybe 4 stars.
4 stars.
I mean,
out of 4.
5 stars is definitely a pay-per-view match,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, it's definitely a great match, and
Right.
it was entertaining because
Very entertaining.
you see moves from both people that they do quite a bit, but I mean, it looks better when it's against an opponent they don't do it on all the time.
Exactly, it looks better because I mean, how many times have you saw the same guys fight each other week after week and still fall for the same move that they fell for on their very first match?
WWE, we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah,
in a minute.
we're gonna touch on that, but like you said, great match. RVD won the belt, his first TNA title.
Congratulations, RVD.
Congratulations. We saw 3D come out there, put him up on their shoulders, hold him up, because and that was great that they did that. It was them.
I was wondering where the belt was. The referee didn't go get the belt after the match. Where was the belt at? I was like, man, where's this belt at? Here comes Hogan with the belt,
right,
dropping all this confetti.
Right,
dude.
They went overboard with the confetti.
Yeah, they did.
They went overboard with the confetti.
Yeah. But I mean, again, they did it right. I mean, it was a great ending. No interference. AJ was outside the ring the whole time pouting, which was a great ending.
Right,
I mean, he lost the title. He had a pout.
Right.
But I mean, it was awesome match. I was very happy.
Awesome
I mean,
match.
TNA Impact. Out of 5 stars, I had to probably give it 3.5 stars last night.
I can't go that far with it because they had great matches on there because of the 4 matches. That's why I can't give it 3.5.
Yeah.
I'll let them stay at 3 because of that, because they need to cut down on those skits because they're doing skits. And another thing that TNA does that's weird to me is they'll go to a commercial break, then they'll come right back
and then go right back to a commercial break.
I mean, I don't understand that. They did that twice last night.
First of all, during the Jeff Hardy RVD match, they went to a commercial break. It was a long commercial break. I mean, it was at least 30 seconds for a...
I think the last one was 4 minutes.
The very last one?
Yeah, for a 4-minute break after they came back.
Yeah, and then as soon as they came back, they went to a 4-minute break.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, I guess the sponsors are asking for that, but I mean, it just doesn't make sense because...
If you have 4 matches and you have to break between those matches, why do you even need a break during the middle of a match?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Why can't you go before and after, and when you have all these skits?
I'd rather them breaking the skit where the guy's still talking and they go to a commercial and come back and he's still talking.
Yeah.
I'd rather see that than them breaking a match like that because they're doing like an hour and 20 minutes of skits.
Yeah, it's getting ridiculous. Like, I really wish they would consider to drop it down to at least 30 minutes of skits. I mean, you have to have skits to run the show.
Right.
But at least give us an hour and a half of wrestling. Right. Those people in the stadiums, they pay all that money to watch wrestling. Right. I know that you give them extra wrestling matches
they get the dark matches. They get the dark matches.
But sometimes dark matches ain't enough. You know what I'm saying? When you're sitting in the arena for 2.5, 3 hours, you at least want to see 8 or 9 matches.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, you have to look at the situations of the company. They're still running the business, and we understand that they're still running the business. And and we know that they have sponsors, and the sponsors want to actually flood the show with their things. I mean, and we understand that. But all in all, it's a wrestling show, and I know we're gonna have the people that watch this and watch wrestling. They're gonna say, well, if you want to watch straight wrestling, you need to watch ROH. Yeah, ROH is straight wrestling. They don't. I mean, their skits are like out of there. They don't do any skits, But those are. I mean, the ROH guys are good because Bryan Danielson came from ROH. Desmond Wolfe came from ROH. And, so these guys, they can do skits when they need to. But those aren't the guys that we know them, but those aren't the guys that the average wrestling fan are gonna know. That's why they don't watch ROH like that. But like I said, when we come back from the break, we're gonna get into Monday Night Raw.